South Africa today has become the most violent democracy in the world. The police are frequently outnumbered and outgunned by hardened criminals, many of whom are militarily trained. An elite SAS-style rapid reaction unit, originally born out of a major embassy hostage crisis in Johannesburg, is now working alongside the police on the streets. They are known as the Special Task Force. One of South Africa's largest illegal drug factories has just been raided. Arrested are criminals and drug dealers wanted by police for the last 15 years. Seized is raw narcotics with a street value of £10 million. Today's haul is just part of the £500 million worth of illegal drugs confiscated every year in South Africa. The Special Task Force is one of the most secretive units in the world. This is the first time they have ever been filmed. The task force is used to assist the police in a wide and diverse scope of situations, ranging from hostage rescue, anti-terrorism and high-risk arrests, to numerous situations where the local police find themselves outgunned. The unit is frequently requested to protect VIPs. In this capacity, it is deployed in a multitude of roles, including bodyguarding, surveillance, and counter-sniping. When President Clinton visited South Africa, only one unit was allowed to work alongside America's Secret Service, the Special Task Force.
Thanks to you, Soweto, for making Hillary and me feel welcome here.
The selection process is one of the most rigorous in the world. It's always been open to everyone, regardless of race, sex, or creed. Live ammunition is used throughout. Selection lasts 6 months, and on average, 1 in 50 passes. The unit begins each day on parade with a reading from the Bible and a prayer. Mid-morning at the Special Task Force's base in Pretoria. The tranquility of the morning is about to be interrupted.
Apparently there's 2 guys that have taken hostages in the bank while they were trying to rob the bank. Well, they've taken people hostage in the bank. That's all that we know at this stage.
A highway patrol escort ensures the crack unit has an unhindered journey to the bank. In South Africa today, there are on average 9 bank robberies a week. In the confusion, the bank manager escapes, along with plans of the building.
You'll be able to stand here and see them. This is a bulletproof glass.
Yeah, but the problem is they are able to see you also.
Right?
Okay.
Did you look at the guy who held you up? Did you see what he looked like?
He was the first one to be held.
Yeah, well, I know them, yes. Yeah.
I hope they don't bank with you.
We know now that there's 2 guys that are holding the people on. There's 9 hostages. And we've just been told that we can't use the front door because there's bulletproof glass in front of the tellers, and he is behind the tellers, the 2 guys, obviously. So we're thinking of a plan to go through the back door.
I'm Detective Sergeant Buchele. My first name is Francis. I'm a hostage negotiator. I'm a trained hostage negotiator. For the moment, everybody is safe, it's inside. So I've been negotiating with the guy. He says he does not want to give me the name. What we know for the moment is that they are armed with 2 pistols and 1 revolver, according to the information we obtained from the first person who got outside. We are still waiting. I said I'll call him later, but he says he does not want police visibility, and he is not prepared to surrender himself. He'd rather die and he'd rather kill some of the hostages inside.
Francis attempts contact once more, but now faces a problem not covered by the official hostage negotiator manual.
Can't get hold of him. He says please try again later.
Hostage rescue and saving lives is this elite unit's main objective. Every opportunity is given for a peaceful outcome.
So jy kan nie meer binne kyk nie niks. As jy gaan oor kyk, ons is dit baie meer as jy gaan oor kyk, gaan jy direk oorkom wat moet maak.
As time ticks on, they try to keep a watchful eye on the position of the hostages and hostage takers.
Yeah, ke Sergeant Buchile kopa bua le Thabang ne. Okay.
Yeah, the latest information we've heard from the hostage negotiator is that when the 2 criminals, the battery of their cell phone is finished, then their negotiations is also finished. That's what we've heard now.
Inside the bank, the criminals have called 702, a local radio station, which informs them that the special task force are poised to storm the building. With this new information, the criminals swiftly change tactics.
They're gonna come out. Do you know when? Anytime now. They're busy talking to a radio station. So I don't know. It's Radio 702. So they should be out any time now.
The crowd of spectators jeers the robbers as they emerge. The public have had enough of crime.
They knew it would end up in them being killed. They'd rather go for the South African jails than end up dead. They knew they were going to get to resistance. So they just made sure that they come out alive. That was their goal.
Your World in 80 Seconds. I'm Diane from Westhaven.
2 young policemen have been shot dead while taking a rape suspect to the police station at Dawn Park on the East Rand. The driver was shot in the head and his reservist colleague died on his way to hospital after being shot in the head and chest. 89 police have been killed this year, 78 of them in Gauteng.
At the moment in South Africa, crimes are violent. All of the crimes consist of people with handguns and AK-47s. So the Highway Patrol guys go for the severe and very serious complaints all the time. Therefore, at this stage, it's necessary to put a specialized person on the car to give advice and to help in tactically in a gunfight should be necessary. We are traveling in well-marked police cars and we've become targets to people in ambushes. So we are many a time attacked by people without knowing it's going to happen. We are engaged into gunfights without knowing it's going to happen.
Lone females in cars are often seen as soft targets by criminals. Unusually, this carjacker explains his strategy.
I just go to the window and ask a missus of, "Madam, can I ask you something?" When he opened the window, just point him with the gun and tell him, "Get out the car." Then I take the car Then I take the car and go.
But when guns are involved, the outcome can be fatal, resulting in yet another death on the streets.
A security guard has been killed in a cash-in-transit heist. Between 15 and 20 armed robbers attacked a convoy of...
Some of the most violent crimes in South Africa are raids on armored security vans carrying cash. The gangs are heavily armed, and the attacks are carried out with military precision. There are 5 such heists a week, and the gangs often execute all personnel on board. The task force has had a tip-off about a major raid.
I love it, I love it, I love it. Yarrows.
There's your chocolates.
For cover and protection, they are about to hide in the well of a brick lorry. Adrenaline is running high.
It's exciting. This is why I joined the unit. Yeah?
Any butterflies need fear?
Yeah, obviously a lot of fear. We're always scared. Scared is a good thing.
The gang's intended target is the payroll van for a large gold mine. The intelligence is that the van is going to be rammed at the foot of the bridge.
Okay, the other cars, the suspect cars are starting up. Okay, the cars are starting, the suspect cars. That's 300 meters away from the bridge. Okay, Roger, wat van die voertuie?
al die taalkietvoertuie ry maar net aan, draai om as daar niks gebeur het nie. Vensters laat weet ons wat gaan aan, ons weet nie hoor. Ons toe in die bos, hoor. Staan hulle in die bos. Dis so hulle.
With the unit on the scene, the suspects scatter in the bush. The task force immediately gives chase.
They try to bomb the FG van out of the way with this car.
With assistance from the air, the criminals are rounded up.
There's one guy running around here somewhere. We're just going to go look for his spoor at the bottom. This is some of the stuff that we found close by to where the robbery was supposed to take place. We've got an R4 with the balaclava type of thing in a bag that obviously they carry the guns with. Well, it's successful because they didn't manage to rob anything, I suppose. But it's unfortunate that we couldn't have maybe arrested a couple more. Well, I'm not sure. Let's hear at the top here if they've got some guys. I'm not sure.
Okay, so let's get pretty much needed, hoor. Ja, dis bevestigend, hoor.
This suspect is pretending to be part of the mine's workforce. With a combination of speed and training, the special task force has arrested the gang's members without a shot being fired. Once the suspects have been cuffed and handed over to the local detectives, the task force's involvement is over. Back at base, and intelligence just received predicts yet another attack on a security cash van in 48 hours' time. Information says this gang is well armed, highly motivated, and extremely dangerous. All signs point to a big shootout. The men are back in training. With a few hours left, the details are gone over again and again until they are thoroughly committed to memory. This quiet time gives Ashley Crooks, a veteran task force officer, time to reflect.
Thou shalt not kill is written in the Bible, and that's what I do for the country and for my people, and for peace and security in the country. I don't know how anybody can go through life without being a Christian and just have that belief in God, because I mean, when I go in any battle situation, I say, yeah, they'll walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. I mean, you know the Psalms 23, and it gives me solace, it gives me comfort. Okay, this is looking good. So those transit robberies, these guys that have hijacked all the cash and delivery trucks, they're working on the just outside Pretoria, Johannesburg area. These guys are basically, excuse me, they're basically robbing the transit, cash in transit, which is being taken to the banks and things. This looks good because we've got some good information, and it seems like we're going to get in this time. What I'm going to take with is the reason why I'm putting on my overall is so they don't see my uniform. I'm going to be in the truck. We've had our briefing, and I'm going to take my small 7.62 R1 with, you know, FN, and just going to load some armor-piercing bullets here to stop the vehicle with.
You know, the armor piercing, a little black tip. These guys are highly trained, as I've said. They use AK-47 rifles. They normally throw a jar or a Molotov cocktail, a petrol bomb on top of the vehicle, and forcing the occupants to climb out. And what they then do is they execute them next to the road. Execution style, put them on their knees and bang them behind the head. So we're dealing with ruthless people over here. Okay, I think that's right there. I'll fill this one up. Oh yeah. All right, that seems like it's fine. I'm going to just take these 2 magazines with. And of course the old webbing with a radio, with comms. All my magazines here and my radios in here. Okay, and let's go and see if we can do it.
With 1 hour to go, the latest intelligence is being assessed. Everyone is completely focused on the task ahead. Several task force plainclothes teams are patrolling the area where the robbery is expected to take place.
Let's go! Oh, look at that. Stiak! Asai.
Okay, no check. Cannot confirm it.
An advanced task force unit is under direct automatic fire. As they try to run over a task force officer, one getaway vehicle crashes and bursts into flames. Their Molotov cocktails explode in their hands. While a hijacker in the blue vehicle had opened fire on the task force with an assault rifle.
They basically try to pull off that truck and rob them. Yeah. They've got AKs on the back here. We identified ourselves as police officers. They fired at us. We defended ourselves.
How many dead have you living?
I don't know. I've just come out of that line.
Out of 12 armed robbers, 7 have been arrested, 5 fatally wounded. The cash transit drivers have walked away without a scratch. The last gang members are taken into custody. Within minutes of the shootout, the medics are on the scene, attending the wounded robbers.
We do a job that we train for and that we enjoy. We don't enjoy, having to take people's lives and that type of thing, but we enjoy being law enforcement officers. It's a calling that we've answered to, and that's what we do. And the best part of being that is being able to come home as well and say, well, this is my home, this is my loved ones, my dogs and my wife. And no, I wouldn't say we're killing machines, but if the occasion arises, then we are killing machines. Unfortunately, that's the way life is. It's the way society has made us. Guys, have a look at my new roses. This is the first one for the season. I picked it for my love. There's another one coming out. Isn't that beautiful? In fact, these are red ones. You can have a look at that hole over there, and there's a hole over there. I spent the whole Saturday afternoon looking for a white rose and a yellow rose to sort of accommodate these. There's a hole in the fence where there's a dog at the neighbors. Bonnie and Gus took the onus on themselves to dig up my roses and eat them. And this is all that I've got left. And this is a bit big, so she won't eat them. Hopefully not. But you can see it's a spot over here. They've actually got a little path over here, and she loves roses. But no eating roses. Naughty little girl.
Ashley Crooks has been in the unit for 15 years. Now divorced from his first wife, his personal life has been sacrificed for the job. He sees his daughter Danielle much less than he would like to.
Sanya, get your hands ready.
When I saw my dad this morning, well, it was like, I was really happy because I haven't seen him for such a long time. He's always away and I'm always away, so we don't really stay in touch, but we do as often as we can.
There, all right. Okay, put your finger on. And squeeze. There you are. See where it is. Another one. Put your finger on the trigger. Get ready. Okay, turns a bit low. That's a good shot. Good shot.
I feel about my dad doing all this dangerous work. I feel rather worried for him and scared as well.
But a lifetime's experience of combating crime hasn't made the issues any easier to live with for Ashley.
Looking through your telescope onto a person that you know, you've been given the lawful order from your commander to snipe, is I would say a peculiar feeling, because he's absolutely unaware of your presence. He's absolutely unaware that within seconds he's going to die. And looking through your telescope and taking up the aim and taking up the slack of a 3-pound trigger, knowing that in your finger that's the end of his life, it's a peculiar feeling. There's no other way to describe it. And when it's finished, you actually feel sad and empty, and it's not a good feeling.
According to Task Force legend, the base has a sinister and unwelcome guest.
I'd rather run into the bush and I know there's 10 people that want to shoot me than have to come and sleep at one night in here alone, because I mean, you can actually feel it. There's definitely I wouldn't say evil presence, but a presence that I don't like.
You come here, there's always funny little noises.
If I visit you as well over the weekend, there's something bothering me the whole time. There's something bothering me, but I'm not like, first of all, put on the lights and have a look in the walls.
The other day we went on the job, came in, as you came, put our guns away or whatever, walked down here, now we're chatting about this shit, that this office isn't lekker. But Chris is on the 2nd floor, and he must have heard us not talking about this. As me and him walked down the stairs to the 2nd floor.
He comes out of the dog passage.
Came out of the dog passage and he fucking like, wow. Yeah.
At darkness, this is where you get the task force ghostly feeling. And you have to walk from here down to there where the first light is. So your walk over here normally is like this. To this light over here. That's a bit of a hairy spot over here. And from there, you walk up here. It's also in pitch darkness with a little bit of light coming from that side. And normally over here, you tend to get a bit of a grab. Something grabs over here. And you come technically around the corner, and you whack these lights on.
While at the office, we always try and keep our members awake. Obviously, our friend Dirkie is over there. He's having a little nap while on duty, and I will not tolerate that.
Wakey, wakey!
He's in a very deep slumber there.
We're on our way to a shopping mall in Pretoria, North. 5 corrupt policemen that are taking a payoff. They want to take a payoff from someone. They're setting up a deal for them, and we basically going as backup and to arrest the 5 corrupt policemen. They will have firearms with them, their service pistols. So I would say it can get dangerous, yeah.
The policemen of South Africa, they are working hard in such a way they are always working with their life. They sign for their life because the criminals of South Africa, they used to shoot. And so the policemen, they see that because they don't get nothing. Because you see, a person being a policeman is having 3 children per month. It can be getting about 500 rand. And what you're gonna do about 500 rand? Because all other money, the tax is high, everything is high, but the money which we get is so low. And so the policemen, they start to join the criminals.
Okay, well, here we are, we're in position. And all that we've got to do now is just wait.
Okay, kom nog so blou bussie, nog so Ford Husky of moet jy bussie daai so daai blou kleur van hulle. Hoeveel mense is daar plus minus?
As I was saying earlier, yeah, he likes to sleep on duty.
Warren, dis 'n go.
The surveillance team has observed the handing over of the bribe. The role of Warren and Yechis is to cut off the suspect's escape route. Both plainclothes and uniformed task force officers are already on the scene.
Wat lyk hier nog was?
Bly net voor. Bly stil. Okay, wag, hierso.
Wag even. Wel dan. Maar dan hier so
These are the 4 suspects that we were talking about on the road. And the deal's been done, apparently. And we've got them all. No problems, no, they didn't run away. This is some of their firearms that are state firearms. What I can understand is they're all policemen.
The detectives were taking bribes from big-time criminals to lose their case files so that they never came to court.
There's some of the notes in the cash that they were dealing with that they dealt out to each other.
Unfortunately, with wages so low in the police force, corruption has become a major problem. Outside of the affluent suburbs, poverty, poor housing and high crime are the realities of life. In townships like Alexandra, low-paid local police officers are living side by side with those they are fighting against. In Alexandra, guns and crime are a way of life. 320 policemen were murdered in South Africa last year, the highest figure in the world. Many are killed just for their guns. The guns are used to commit yet more crime. Today they've been called to a shooting. 28-year-old Alfred Masimola, a known criminal, has been shot through the spine on the streets of Alexandria.
Just lie still like that, okay?
They took my firearm and my car. I knew the suspect, and then today I was here the whole day, and then I found the suspect, and then I tried to stop him. He wanted to run away. I shot him with 1 round.
And you're a policeman yourself?
And I'm a policeman.
From which station?
Alexandra.
Turn back this way.
Yes, let's worry about sponge mobilization as well. Has crossed the midline.
I just had a child calling me that they've shot my brother. Then I came out here rushing, and I found him lying down here. We're very close.
Can I put a hole through his throat?
No, I don't feel guilty. I was protecting my property because he took my firearm and my car.
The policeman who shot Alfred is now concerned for his own safety.
The people, they are looking at me and then they know, oh, that's the policeman. Maybe if I'm going somewhere, I'm not safe anymore like before.
The task force is on hand as backup, as even the medics don't feel safe.
We get shot at on a regular basis. I think we've been shot at about 5 or 6 times in the past week or so. Alexander is the second most violent area in South Africa.
They're taking out one of his lungs, the other half of the other lungs.
But despite their best efforts, Alfred did not survive.
Sorry. I want to see the policeman, the one who took my child.
He was one of the 25,000 people murdered in South Africa last year. With violent crime on the increase, and with criminals so well armed, the task force's busiest work involves the arrest of high-risk suspects. The local police don't have the training or the motivation to deal with the risks involved.
Okay, right.
The task force aims to hit them hard and fast.
Keep like that!
Like this kidnapper. In South Africa, there are a staggering 4,000 kidnappings a year. The task force have made it their speciality. Warren Morris had a recent job dealing with a drug-crazed mother who was hanging her own child out of a window some 10 stories up.
She had the kid out by the ears, then back in the flat, and then scream, and then out with the legs and holding her with one hand. I mean, it's a 10-story flat building, so that, I mean, certain death, certain death. Negotiations had fallen apart. We went in through the front door. That's the front door. We had guys on ropes at the windows at the back. On my left, about 45 degrees, there was the woman holding the baby out of the window. At that stage, I couldn't see the baby. I just saw the woman's arms. And as I reached for the baby, she let the baby go, and I caught it, luckily enough, with one hand on the top of her foot, on the top of her ankle like that. Picked up the little baby. The best feelings that I'll never forget, that little face of hers. She wasn't even screaming, nothing. She was just like dead quiet, big eyes. And I had to give the baby straight away to someone else, because then I had to walk out of this. That was quite traumatic.
Hello. Oops.
When coming home, I've got to put my job type of scenario, my work thinking and my work direction, I've got to put away, and I've got to be the normal person that I am. To try and keep my kid and my wife happy, as well as the task force officers happy, is it's a work of art that I haven't exactly mastered to date, but I'm trying. But anyway, this is a sauce that we based onto this snook that I'm busy frying. It's a mixture of apricot jam, butter, garlic, black pepper, and some secret herbs and spices. Yeah, and then we just baste it on there. It's just about ready. Just about ready to eat.
Well, the most worrying part is Warren working with high-risk situations, and you never know whether he's coming home or not.
From being in if I had, say, a shootout or whatever, or a horrific situation, coming back home, it's a happy change. And I would say it was the best type of way of getting rid of such a scenario, to get it out of your head and come home to a happy family where I get lots of love from my kid and my wife.
It's late morning at the Special Task Force head office in Pretoria. They've just heard that this woman has gone into a police station to say that she's been raped, and that her boyfriend, Martin Landman, has been kidnapped by a 10-strong gang of Nigerians, threatening to execute him if a £20,000 ransom isn't paid. The task force has set up an incident room, and Martin's sister is on the phone, trying to find out any information on his last movements. Martin's girlfriend has told them that he's been badly beaten up, and she's given them a description of the gang's leader. In the meantime, they've called in Martin's father as they try and identify who might have kidnapped him. He tells the team that he knows nothing of any Nigerian connection, but that his son has already told him that he owes money to 2 men and that he was seriously worried about his safety. 4 hours later, they've got the crucial information. They've traced the gang's phone calls to a hotel room near Johannesburg Airport. As they arrive at the hotel, they've prepared for the worst. The gang could be heavily armed.
No, my balls.
But there is no sign of the Nigerian gang. It turned out that the whole kidnapping had been staged by Martin himself to get money out of his father to pay off his debts. But the majority of kidnappings involve hardened gangs, and the Special Task Force cannot afford to make mistakes. They practice their routines with live ammunition, time after time after time. The next kidnapping was certainly no hoax. A wealthy local Muslim, 28-year-old Ahmed Ali Hassan Vali, is being held hostage until a £200,000 ransom is paid.
I'm driving, I'm quite far from Johannesburg at the moment. I'm coming from the western side of Johannesburg.
With a policeman posing as a friend of Ahmed's, negotiations have just begun. The kidnappers have no idea that the whole conversation is being run by the police.
The money must be in the house.
In the house?
Yes.
Where about must I drop it at Sabera's house?
Yes, now the money must be there.
Okay, listen here.
Already there.
The people are already there.
Yes.
Yeah, but I want to see Ahmad first. I must see, you see, I've got the money with me, and I must see Ahmad before I hand the money to you.
Listen to you. Go to me. When I speak to you, you fucking listen, that's all. You go fucking drop the money and don't involve yourself, because I promise you, I swear to Quran, I will fuck you up tonight. I don't want Ahmed, I want you.
No, I have to see him.
Watch out, alright?
No, you can't insist.
Watch out, because I'm gonna fuck you up and I'll fuck up all your fucking family, alright?
Listen, why are you being rude to me? Why are you being rude to me? Because me, I'm only doing a favor for Sabera. I'm only a friend of Sabera. I believe you. I believe you.
No money after half an hour in the house.
I believe you. Okay, I understand. Okay, what about the safety? What about the safety? What about the safety of Ahmad?
The more we fuck him up. The more you play, the more we fuck him up. Sabera last night, she said, in the morning she finished. Because we're supposed to start to cut his fingers and send to you people in the envelope. You need that, we'll do it tonight.
Okay, I've got the whole 2 million rand with me. Okay? I'm not a stupid person, okay?
Put the money at the house.
I'm worried about my safety and I'm worried about the safety of Ahmad.
Put the money at the house and that's all.
Okay, I'll do that. I will do that.
You'll do that.
Okay.
It's better for you, I'm telling you. I'm swear to
But
God,
I must...
It's the money after half an hour.
But first of all...
you're going to be in shit. I'm telling you from now, and you don't want that. Don't think you far from Johannesburg can get you, will get you wherever it is. And I know which car you're driving. That goes in the Golf. I got that session, I got you address, okay?
I'm worried about my safety. And what about Ahmad? What about Ahmad?
It's your fucking problem. We're going to take the money and then he'll be free.
Listen here, I want to know what's happening about Ahmad. I need to know. I must see him. I have to see Ahmad. Right off gelijk.
Okay, no, you're doing fine. You're doing perfect. What we have got no deal. He wants some money, so we have no deal unless we see Ahmed. But you're doing very great.
A surveillance team has traced the whereabouts of the gang and is monitoring their every move.
One of the guys in the group fits the description of Ahmed. So they're just going to make sure now if it is Ahmed. So we're just going to wait, make sure for the description, and then we're going to move out. If they move to another place or maybe to a house, the observation teams will let us know. And if they maybe while they're moving in Transito, we just move in and just bust them on the road.
2 hours later, and the surveillance officers have followed the kidnappers to a house in Johannesburg. The task force is ready to go into action.
Stop hier, stop op hier. Langs. Daar staan mense buite,
But the house has its own surprises. As the team scales the back walls, it hits an electric fence and triggers the house alarm. They've now got to get to Ahmed as soon as possible. The shouting is a deliberate tactic. It allows the elite team to dominate the room using their voices rather than their guns.
On your back. Okay. Think they can bullshit us?
The operation was concluded so swiftly that none of the suspects had time to draw their weapons.
Are you all right? What's your name? Ahmed.
What's wrong, lady? You want to?
Sean. Yeah, okay, good news, John.
Good luck, Sean.
Are you all right? Any injuries? You're all right, okay.
This is Mr. Combat himself.
11 men arrested in connection with the suspected kidnapping of a Mpumalanga man will appear in court in Groblersdal tomorrow. Police spokesperson Mark Reynolds says the 11 were arrested by a special task team in Alberton on the East Rand last night. The 11 suspects include 4 Palestinians, 2 men from Jordan, and 1 each from Iraq, Turkey, Mozambique, Lebanon, and South Africa.
Democratic South Africa today has become a haven for criminals of all nationalities. In a police force numbering 130,000 officers, there are just 95 operational members of the Special Task Force.
That's it, boys.
With the squad on call 24 hours a day, there's always another job to go to.
We've got the hostage situation there. It's a guy that's holding his 2 sons hostage. Somebody found someone holding someone up with a firearm.
In a typical week in South Africa, There are a staggering 500 murders, 4,500 violent assaults, and 126 kidnappings. An elite police unit is being used to combat the most dangerous work in the country. They are known as the Special Task Force. Every year, over 2 million holidaymakers visit South Africa, and protecting them is a high priority for the South African government. But organized gangs have recently begun to rob travelers at gunpoint as they leave the airport. The police have been tracking one gang, and tonight have asked for the task force's assistance. The team are all in plain clothes. Captain JJ is the commanding officer. Over the radio, they hear that the gang has attacked a young couple as they arrived home from the airport. Van, a task force officer, and JJ are in the lead car. Arriving at the scene, they find 2 gang members have been arrested, but 3 others have escaped by car. JJ and Van rush off in pursuit. The suspects are in the red car, 200 meters ahead. They now realize they are being chased. In their haste to escape, the suspects drive through a busy intersection, ignoring red lights. Increasing their speed to 170 kilometers per hour, the suspects suddenly swerve onto a motorway slip road, taking them in the direction of the city center and busy downtown streets. With the road momentarily clear of other traffic, Van attempts to disable the vehicle. The occupants are still armed and dangerous, and there's a risk that the car might be leaking petrol. All 3 men survive. Captain JJ calls for an ambulance.
The reason I opened fire on the vehicle is they just committed armed robbery. We gave chase. We had information, confirmed information, that they were armed, and their modus operandi was to follow the people from the airport and rob them at their homes as they turned into the driveways. They were armed and dangerous, being a hazard to the public on the roads. We had to stop them.
Back at the scene of the robbery, the other suspects are questioned. And the young couple explain how they were attacked in their car as they arrived home.
They were holding their guns at us, or at the windows. Then I realized there's no way in which I can be able to run away.
I've never been pointed a gun at before in my life.
I was also afraid that we had our child, you see. It's a 7-month-old baby. So we were afraid that these guys are holding guns at us, and we don't know what they're going to do. It might be that they're going to shoot us, or it might be that they're going to shoot the child. I was very happy the way in which the police managed to save us from that situation.
The next morning, Van is on parade.
I joined the Special Task Force to be in one of the most elite units in the world. We do get the most dangerous work. When nobody else can do it or want to do it, then they'll ask for our help.
But saving life has its dilemmas.
The feeling you get before you shoot a person to save another person's life, it's a strange feeling. You don't get used to it. I haven't been in that many situations where I had to take the life of another human being.
After parade, Van returns to a surprise.
A very old and common joke in the Special Task Force, putting your phone on some foreign language.
The task force has a brief moment to relax. On the other side of town, police detectives have been hard at work on last night's tourist robbery gang. They now know the exact location of the remaining gang members and once again request the assistance of the Special Task Force. That night, the unit rolls into Hillbrow, the most dangerous section of central Johannesburg. The intelligence has given the task force 22 confirmed addresses to hit. Several suspects are taken into custody, but the unit is also searching for the gang leader. He is captured in one of the last flats to be raided. Their search reveals a firearm believed to have been used on previous robberies. The detectives recover dozens of suitcases belonging to the robbed tourists. The night has been a complete success.
Keep the back straight, that's it. That's good.
Stand up, look forward.
Breathing. Yeah, that's it.
Next morning, and the task force gym is full of activity.
These are some of the few apparatus that I exercise with every day, you know, to try and just keep in shape and so. Yes.
Physical training is very important, especially when you start reaching my age. And you have to run around after people in the bushes and above buildings. If you're not fit, then you lose. And if you snooze, you lose, and then they get away. So you have to try and keep fit. And I'm having a rough time, as you can see.
Being an elite team, the men constantly work on the skills needed for the various types of situations they encounter. Today, they are busy with an obstacle course.
It's almost like my second home, this, because well, my wife is here, she'll probably tell you it's my first home because I'm more here than I am at home, so.
Inspector Warren Morris has been in the unit for 7 years.
Our primary job in the Special Task Force is hostage situations. To begin with, some of our basic kit that we use. Okay, this is the stun grenade that we use. Disorientates not only by the sound it gives, but it gives a large flash. Our side weapon is a 9mm pistol. Here's a handy piece of kit. It's a mono lens. It's a night vision. Shotgun, 12-bore shotgun, which is a bit shortened. We call it a Stompy. This is the MP5. Used throughout the whole world by most special forces, including the SAS. My little sweetheart, Shadeen, and my little daughter. We've got a photos close by.
Warren is on standby for a large job, but is allowed a few hours off.
When our work gets busy, it really does get busy. We can be for weeks on end away working, not even being at home, not even getting to see my little girl. Most of our situations are extremely dangerous. There's definitely that little thought that's in the back of your mind about this may be the last time I get to see my little girl and my wife. We're given a couple of hours off, and which has turned into a couple of minutes off. But luckily enough, my understanding and loving wife will hopefully treat me the same by the time I get home again. So, as it's, one can imagine, it plays a bit of havoc on your social life.
The task force has received information that a bank robbery may take place the next morning. Warren changes into civvies and joins members for a briefing. Their plan is to enter the bank under the cover of darkness and wait in position until it opens the next morning. It's now just before 9 a.m.
The information that we have are six suspects that will be robbing the bank from about 9 o'clock, between 9 and 10. Presently we are now three of us that are sitting here in the manager's office inside the bank. We've got another team down in another office in the bank, and we've got two members that are going to be watching the surveillance cameras inside the bank. And we're obviously going to wait and see if the robbery comes off and try and make some arrests. They just let us know on the radio that there'll be 4 suspects coming into the bank. The info that we have of mostly hand pistols and 1 AK-47.
Warren is told the gang's lookout is outside. The task force moves into action as the gang enters the bank. Task force work is all about control, dominating a dangerous situation using their voices rather than their weapons.
Just stand there, don't worry. Hey, lie down. Lie still.
Also arrested is the bank guard, suspected to be the gang's inside man.
This gentleman I saw taking out his gun and throwing it on the ground. And as you see, the suspects have got with their weapons, with their pistols, are lying safely under our control.
The operation was timed to a fraction of a second. Another moment and the gang would have had time to draw their weapons. With South Africa averaging 500 bank robberies a year, it isn't long before the unit are called to yet another high-risk situation. Earlier that morning in Johannesburg, 3 suspects had surprised a bank manager and forced him at gunpoint to open the safe. The manager had secretly hit the panic button. When the local police arrived, they came under fire. In the confusion, the bank manager escaped.
Die stadium, soos wat hy sê, is daar geen gijslaers binne, is net die 3 rowers. Dit van die ABS polismanne wat nou hier vra, hulle soek nou een groep. Nou jy oop wat bedoel? Een, ek weet nie. Dis JJ sal jy vir my daar vat.
Now the armed suspects are trapped inside. JJ and his team are able to walk straight into the bank as the 3 suspects have hidden themselves somewhere in the upper floors.
Die ventilasie skak, nee. Of waar iewers is waar hierdie ding uitkom.
Hij hoort voor uit te komen of hij hoort onderuit te komen.
Ons inkom. Ja, maar hier en ik was één daar binnen. Ik heb de peep gezien. Als ze gaan binnen.
Half the team remain in the bank, while the rest hurry to the rear of the building. They've been told that there's an emergency exit into the bank from the car park. The armed suspects have been pinpointed to an air duct on the 3rd floor. The unit enters to flush them out. The moment they see the task force, the suspects give up. The arrest of bank robbers has become routine for the unit. But with South Africa suffering from 6,500 kidnappings and abductions per year, it's only a matter of hours before the men will be called out again. To the outside world, the day Nelson Mandela handed over the presidency to Thabo Mbeki, South Africa could celebrate its democracy and change. But on the streets, the police are struggling to combat a huge crime wave. In South Africa, a highly lucrative and violent business is kidnapping. Businessmen are lured into the country, abducted and held hostage. 8 days ago, a wealthy Romanian suffered the same fate. He is being ransomed for $300,000. The gang is known to have carried out previous violent kidnappings on foreign nationals.
We haven't even seen the gang before, but what we do know is of the one incident, or the both incidents, the first kidnapping of the Chinese person that they shot him in the leg, and the third one where he was executed, shot at point blank range in the head. So obviously they mean business, and we'll be as careful as possible and be as tactical as possible when we do these addresses.
A police undercover team has tracked the kidnappers to an address near Johannesburg.
Gaan jullie vir die voordeur gaan? Ja. Ons skiet uit 'n manual deur vir agter. Okay, manual. Saam met Ben agter. Gaan.
They kidnapped me 1 week ago from the hotel they took with the guns.
Is die cell phone so? Daar staan net vas. Sorry, ek kom. Right. Ek kry binne die stort weg. Okay. Want ek drop my stad. Sien as iemand hier stort. Dan. Okay. Hier's 'n cleaner, ek dink jy alles wil.
Nee. Met 'n selfoon, met enigiets by hom. Hou dit by hom, staan net daar tot die ondersoek
baan. Die selfoon hier in. Syne.
Okay, right.
The task force had rescued the hostage just in time.
That one, and another one to take me to kill me, to shoot me. That was the problem. And they said, put your coat on and let's go to the hotel. And I know what. And I was praying.
With the frail South African economy in need of foreign investment, protecting overseas businessmen from gangs like these is vital.
My friend Dirkies is sleeping on duty once again. And I just cannot tolerate this. Now I've got to wake him up another way, which hopefully he will not forget. So here we go.
Hostage rescue is solely the job of the Special Task Force. Their training is all about repetition until the tactical movements become second nature. In saving lives, there can be no margin for error. But they also have to train for the most difficult hostage rescue situation of all, a hijacked plane. It's a combination of stealth, speed, and daring. These were only training exercises. Tonight is the real thing.
We've got the hostage situation there. It's a guy that's holding his two sons hostage. What do you intend to do? Depends on his mood, how aggressive he is, all that kind of stuff. And if we don't get any reply at all, so that can only mean that he doesn't want to negotiate, and we have to leave the house.
It's 11 p.m. as they make their silent approach to a suburb of Pretoria. The men learn that tonight's situation started as a simple domestic dispute. When local police arrived, the father shot at them several times and then barricaded himself inside the house with the two small boys. As the distraught mother is led away, the hostage negotiators finally admit defeat. The task force takes over. With the father unstable and violent, the men fear for the children's safety.
England.
Within seconds, the unit takes control. The father immediately surrenders, and his loaded revolver is recovered for evidence. The two children are safely returned to their mother. In the last 19 years in South Africa, the Special Task Force has not lost a single hostage. It's a Saturday morning in a Johannesburg bank, 2 weeks before Christmas. The calm is shattered by an armed robber who has taken a bank guard hostage. As the customers flee the building, the robber points his weapon at the tellers, who are safe behind bulletproof glass, and demands to be let in. With their concern for the guard, the tellers open the security door. Police swiftly surround the bank. The robber is now trapped with hostages. The Special Task Force has just been scrambled.
Come on, play with your legs, man! Fuck!
It's a race against time to Johannesburg through heavy traffic. With the task force minutes away, police negotiators are on the scene and persuade the robber to release all bar one of the hostages. The bank guard remains behind as the suspect's human shield. Civilians and the world's media are kept at a distance. A hostage negotiator, Superintendent Kuiergat, keeps the robber talking. Captain JJ is in charge of this operation and orders a small team to secretly enter through the second floor of the building for a reconnaissance. Superintendent Kuiergat returns from inside the bank with the suspect's demands.
Hy wil met die media praat en hy wil homself uithaal of 'n suicide by kop. Dis een van daai twee. Okay, gee vir julle 'n T-shirt.
With the situation rapidly deteriorating, JJ decides on a plan. He is going to take the place of a female hostage negotiator.
Ek kan vir hom sê die baas het jou gestuur in die plek van Magdel want hulle wil vrouens uithet.
Ek gaan service aantrek, die onderhandelaar sit op 'n posisie waar ek kan inkom, ek kan dalk jou vandag sien. Ek sê vir jou laat weet dat ek sien vandag oor net 'n paar minute.
Another team are sent in and take up their positions in the bank. Minutes later, they report back with a possible strategy. JJ must see the situation for himself. He soon returns to brief his men.
Wat ek sal doen, ek sal voor julle loop. Okay, dis ek sal laat julle saam met my. Alright, ek sal voor julle loop en beweeg julle tot daar. Julle moet doodstil. Nou moet jy volg. Hou staan reg.
As the hostage taker still wants to speak to the media, Captain JJ requests our cameraman to enter the bank with him. Unknown to the suspect, the team who entered through the second-story window have now worked their way down to the ground floor and are only yards away from their target. JJ must lure the suspect forward to the window and into their view.
Kelvin, hier is die man se perskaarte. Ek gaan nou laat jy kyk, jy sal sien hy het 'n kamera alles by hom. Alright, ek sal vir jou sê waar jy moet gaan en wat jy alles moet doen, okay? Alright, asseblief hou vir my die vuurwapen aan die loop vas en dan loop jy so met hom uit. Okay, dis 'n internasionale kameraman, hoor. Jy kan opstaan? Okay, jy kan vir my opstaan? Ja, maar hy kan nie deur hierdie glas kan hy nie neem nie. Jy moet voor hom staan wat hy maak. Jeff, explain to him the angle on the glass.
There's a big reflection here.
What are we going to do? The bank is closed entirely. Okay, Kelvin, staan vir my op. Okay, kom vir my om, so af, en dan daar waar die, en dan aan die ander kant hier. Nee, Kelvin, die vuurwapen wil hy sien asseblief. Dis 'n voorwaarde, hou hom waar ek hom kan sien. Okay? Right, kom vir my om. Kelvin, hy wil asseblief die kameraman wil die vuurwapen sien ten alle tye. Kyk, staan vir my hierso. Kom af. Kom af. Wat is dit, Kelvin? Calvin, die man kan dit nie op 'n ander manier doen nie. Wat het jy gehoor?
Nee.
Dis niks nie, dis ek wat hier staan en opspring om met jou te praat. Okay, Calvin, kan ek ook kom en gaan kyk of daar iemand daar binne is?
It's critical for JJ to coax Kelvin forward. The hidden team cannot rescue the hostage unless they can clearly see him.
Kelvin? Okay, jy moet vir my die deur kom oopsluit, né? Okay, kan ek inkom? Want ek kan nie inkom as die deur nie oop is nie, of gaan jy laat die kameraman jou afneem? Hy vir my sê dis tevrede vandag.
Kyk, hier is ek verseker, dit is verseker. Praat met hom.
Voor sy trappie, Kelvin, laat jy nie afval daar nie.
He can hear what I'm hearing.
There's nothing there, Calvin. There's nothing.
There's no one there.
We can't get into the bank. No one. This is the only door.
You're the only people that got into the bank. We can't get into it.
What's he doing there? What's he doing there? What's he doing there?
Right. Watch it spread.
Right, get up. Come on. Keep on. Wait.
The hostage taker is uninjured. The weapon he used turns out to be nothing but a realistic toy pistol.
Get a paramedic.
The guard is taken to another part of the bank. He is stunned, but unhurt.
You meant the negotiator. Yes, my mom. What is that?
Charlie Chaplin.
No. Negotiator. Oh,
The bank guard is led out for treatment. Kelvin is taken away to be charged. Today, the task force were up against an amateur. Their next opponents, however, would prove to be much stiffer opposition. Tonight, the men are expecting a violent robbery in an exclusive restaurant. They arrive at base dressed in their best civvies to pose as diners.
What are you exactly, Stephen? There was that big noisy.
Last to arrive is the job's second in command, Marjan. Marjan brings his own interpretation of stylish evening wear.
Thanks. Because then you got a good view on the front door here.
As with all task force briefings, the planning is meticulous.
Right. These guys will be responsible to cut the robbers off as soon as they enter the building. Apparently there's 5 guys who have previously robbed the same restaurant, and they are all armed with 5 pistols, possibility of AK-47s, and the leader of this group, he killed a cop about 2 weeks ago, point blank, took his pistol and ran off.
It's 12 p.m. at the gang's intended target, and the task force have been here for the last 4 hours. Fearing some of the waiters may be informers for the gang, the men have locked the entire staff in the storeroom and confiscated their mobile phones. The task force members take up their positions. With the task force unit concealed outside, they radio Captain Vimpy with new information.
Yeah. Currently there's six robbers outside.
Police, put your hands in the Keep your hands where I can see them. Keep your hands where I can see them. Keep your hands where I can see them. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Dis al iets liggie net liggie.
Sakkie. Keep your hands where I can see them. Creeper, come back. I can't move. You can't move. Fuck. What's up? Come here. Come out. Come out. Probeer ons uit hulle hierso. Jy kan kom hoor. Roger.
As other task force members arrive, one robber is secured. 3 armed suspects are on the loose, and the grounds are carefully searched.
Kom vir in wie mediese kennis. Gaan draai net met daai ou op sy sy. Gaan draai net daai ou op sy sy asseblief Koenie. Jy het mos al eers hulp gedoen. Hy daai een nou by die counter wat daar lê. They tried to rob this guy again for the 3rd time, and as they came in, we shouted police, police, and the guys went for the guns. They pulled, and we had to try and stop them. So unfortunately it went out on a shooting, and we're still looking for some of the guys. They might be in the area around here. All right.
The paramedics tend to the wounded. 3 robbers were shot, 1 fatally. Their bullets had come a lot closer to the task force than first thought. 1 round had hit the counter, which had shielded Wimpy and Marjan. The unit have once again faced a situation the local police could not handle, and yet the special task force is paid exactly the same as the regular police. At times, the unit's work seems closer to fiction.
This is not a Hollywood film. This is the real thing. You can't arrest people who are shooting at you. You have to defend yourself first before you can arrest them. I've been hit by an AK-47, and this is what 1 bullet can do to you.
The most difficult part to live with a task force member is you never know what to expect. The one day he's at home, the other day he's gone on a job. You never know if he's coming back. You never know where he's going to.
He's never here. Of most of the time, he's not here to look at my schoolwork or when I'm playing netball or dancing. And yes, I am scared of him being shot again.
I do feel proud. He's working in the best unit in the police, but it's not. I don't think it's worth it.
Go!
The Special Task Force is one of the best trained and most experienced elite police units in the world. The men are the pride of the South African police force, and hundreds apply every year. But how do you prove you are good enough to join them? These regular policemen are trying to join the unit. Today is the end of Phase 1, an intense 4 weeks of various stamina-building exercises.
Stand up straight. Stand up straight. Lift up your arm.
look like that? Huh? Put it
Classroom.
Number 25. Kom, kry boemer in jou gat, kom!
Warren Morris has left Pretoria and is one of the course instructors.
Get dressed, you're wasting time.
Out of 350 applicants, just these 21 men remain.
Why, number 6, do you have a water bottle on your hip? Why? Why?
No water is allowed to be carried, as now the recruits must drink only when ordered to. Today is a make-or-break firearms test using live rounds.
This is your last chance. Your last chance, a third chance. You can't believe it, but yes, you get a third chance. You fail, you fail. All right, next. Go!
It isn't much better on the next range over.
Maar because ek weet nie wat jy doen nie. Daai plaas staan oop en bloot. Hy staan klip en 7 meter van hier af en skiet die boer op. Ja.
Close that, you. You're waiting for you.
Back at the training camp, and 3 are told they have failed the firearms test and are going home. Now only 18 remain. The next phase has been nicknamed fussbait, Afrikaans for to bite down hard and never give up. The recruits have no idea that for the next 86 hours they will be allowed no food, no sleep, and be subjected to almost continuous marching.
This is a night march. It's basically to test stamina and endurance, between 30 and 40 kilometers that they will cover. They're carrying at the moment a relatively lightweight rucksack and a rifle.
But 4 hours into the march, the light rucksacks are swapped for a chunk of rail track, chain and ball. The combined weight is 50 kilos. It's been specifically designed to be impossible to comfortably carry. They will have to walk with this weight for 8 hours. As dawn breaks, the men have walked for 40 kilometers. The aim is to test the recruits' resistance to pain and frustration. Despite the extreme fitness of all the recruits, for one of them it has already become too much, and he's been taken off the course. The recruits immediately move on to an obstacle course from hell. Live ammunition is used at all times. This phase of fussbait is not only a physical test, but also a mental probe to expose all their fears. They must conquer their fear of heights and not freeze or panic under fire.
Stop fucking it while I get down!
By now, totally exhausted, the last hurdle to cross on the obstacle course is a swim across an overflowing dam. Once again, different levels of fear are tested. As day 2 draws to an end, the instructors relax back at training camp. The recruits, however, must endure the 40-kilometer march back from the dam. Arriving at the camp, there's no let-up. They're made to stay awake by making farmyard noises. An hour later, they're back on the march again, this time for 70 kilometers. The next morning, and the men haven't slept or eaten for 56 hours. They arrive just in time for breakfast. As the instructors tuck in, the recruits sit and watch.
Nice.
One instructor decides to spoil the recruits with a lamb chop. That's one piece of meat, shared between 17 men. After a few minutes' rest, the men continue on.
No, I don't feel sorry for them. I've got a sense of understanding. I know what they're going through. And it gives you a sense of pride because you know that they are giving their best and going through hell just to get what we've got already.
At dawn, the instructors have their hands full, keeping the 17 awake.
Hey! What now?
The recruits have now had no sleep for 80 hours. Advanced sleep deprivation is an essential test. Because of their specialist role, the task force often work for several days without a break. For the repeat sleep offender, instructors wedge a sharpened stick under his nose. The recruits limp back to base with their spirits slightly lifted as they sense their ordeal is over. The 17 have covered 200 kilometers and have not slept or eaten in 4 days.
Congratulations, you have passed the second phase. It was called fastbite. Into the dam, all of you. Now!
These men still have another 6 months of rigorous selection to go. They can fail at any time. But for the men already in the task force, the work continues. The task force had information that these suspects were on their way to attack a 70-year-old white farmer and his wife. In the last 5 years in South Africa, over 600 white farmers have been murdered. Hardened criminals here have little respect for life or the law. Every 36 hours, a policeman is killed in South Africa. Despite facing the most dangerous work in the country, the task force have had just one of their members killed in action. With South Africa the most violent democracy in the world, the men always have another situation to go to. The Special Task Force have an extraordinary track record in fighting crime in South Africa and are used for drug busts, high-risk arrests, VIP protection and all hostage situations. Tonight, the men have been scrambled from their base to a township near Pretoria.
Well, at this stage, what's going on
is we've got another hostage situation going on in Garankuwa. What happened was the police tried to arrest a man. He opened fire on them. And, well, him and his wife went into the room. They've got him cornered at this stage. The police tried to enter the room, well, several times, more or less 3 times, of which he opened fire on them and actually shot them out the house. So we're going through and see what we can do. Maybe we can contain the situation. Hopefully the guy will come out without a fight breaking out.
At the scene, the task force are briefed by local police. Tonight they learned that the hostage taker is a 41-year-old mental patient released for 2 days' leave. The man is armed with a revolver and has taken his girlfriend hostage as he believes she has been unfaithful to him. South Africa averages 1 hostage situation a week, and in the last 20 years the Special Task Force have not lost a single hostage.
Trust me, Malcolm.
As the task force prepare, a local police negotiator has already been trying to build a bond with the armed man and gain his trust.
You're still thinking about it? About coming out there? Let's talk like Christians, man. All Christians believe in a natural death, not death by accident. You rather die by old age or by natural causes.
Negotiations go on throughout the night, but still there is no breakthrough. As another day dawns, the man has now been holding the woman at gunpoint for 20 hours.
We are now agreeing. We are reaching a certain point. You guys are giving me false promises. Yesterday, whatever you demanded, I've given to you. But just a single demand that I've ever tried to do, ever since I negotiated with you guys, you can't do that. You failed to give me your gun. What is that again? Now you're starting to scare me.
To make matters worse, the woman is beginning to take her boyfriend's side and is threatening to shoot the police herself. The hostage taker's mental state is becoming increasingly unpredictable, and the negotiations are making no progress.
I have patience. I spend the whole night over here trying to talk to you.
The police decide they must act.
Don't you think I'm patient enough?
The Special Task Force are given control and rig explosives they will use to blow open an inner door barricaded by the armed man. The team have to be as silent as possible and creep with the explosives around the back of the house to gain entry.
The entry team has gone in. They've put explosives on the door, and on a certain signal they're going to blow the door as soon as they can, on which the entry team will enter the room and hopefully save the hostage.
3, 2, 1. Go.
With the element of surprise, the team disarms the man and takes control. The woman hostage is the first to be brought outside. The hostage taker is stunned, but unhurt. Because of the girlfriend's earlier threats, the men take no chances. Both the man and woman are taken into custody. At 26 hours, this has been one of the longest hostage situations in South Africa's history. With the siege ended, everyone in the local community is delighted.
The door charges went perfectly. The entry team entered smoothly. They offered no resistance. They were taken completely by surprise. We took them with the necessary roughness. We secured them, took them out the house, and handed them over to the investigating officers. They were also very happy. So it's a well-done job. It's perfect.
Back at base, and there are congratulations for another job successfully resolved. But to continue their perfect record of hostage rescue, the unit's training never stops.
Hostage rescue is our primary job in the task force, and there's no margin for error. So we just got to like practice again and again and again and make sure we do it right.
Come on.
With the level of crime in South Africa at epidemic proportions, it's only a matter of hours until the men are called out again. This time, a 6-man team has been scrambled by plane to yet another township hostage situation, 300 kilometers away.
We just arrived in Petersburg Airport. Local police are now transporting us to the scene where a man is holding his girlfriend hostage. Doesn't seem like anything is going to happen. The man's not very aggressive, and it seems like negotiations is going to probably get him out.
But the outcome of tonight's job will be far more violent than anyone could have anticipated. As the Special Task Force arrive at this new hostage situation, the area has already been cordoned off. At a briefing, they learn that a 17-year-old schoolgirl has been taken hostage by her 22-year-old boyfriend, Lati Mokhokloya, after a row. He is armed with a pistol. The Special Task Force are here only in case Lati becomes violent and threatens the hostage. Up until now, Lati has been calm and seems to be on the verge of giving himself up. But every hostage situation is unpredictable, and the task force team must be ready. Lati has been holding his hostage for 9 hours.
Lati, please let the girl go now. You said in a few minutes' time you will leave her. Lati! Lati, it's getting late. I'm certain of it. The girl's parents is getting worried. Please let her go now. Please come out. Or either throw the gun out.
While the task force conceal themselves in the shadows, Lati's father is brought in to try and talk his son out. Suddenly, Lati cocks his pistol.
Lati! Lati! Lati!
With shots fired, the team fear for the hostage. They're now forced to storm the house.
Stop it! Stop! Stand still! Stay still! Are you on the plat? Wat's hy regter ons? Hy het niks aan hom nie. Hy's leeg. Okay, kry medics. Okay. Are you alright? You alright? Okay. Are you shot? Medics. Are you alright? Okay, medics. Okay. Are you shot? No. Okay, come.
As the task force entered, Lati aimed his pistol straight at the men and was about to open fire. The team believed that they had no alternative but to shoot. The schoolgirl is treated for shock, but is otherwise uninjured. The medics work frantically to try and save Lati.
How do you feel, Martin?
Well, after you started shooting, I threw the stun through the window and everything just froze. It felt like an eternity for the stun grenade to go off. And I couldn't move fast enough to get to the hostage. I mean, it felt like I was running through water to kick down the door. I couldn't, just unbelievable. We got the hostage, and I'm just unbelievably tired now. I just want to go to rest.
The next morning, the unit learns that Lati has died from his injuries. By now, Martin has had time to reflect.
The feeling that you have when taking somebody's life. In the Bible it says clearly, thou shalt not kill. And I'm a religious person, I'm a Christian,
and it goes against every single grain that I have to take somebody's life. Last night's life, it had to be taken. It was either my life or the hostage's life. I'm not proud of it, I'm not comfortable with it, but it had to be done. It was part of the job, and I find myself reconciled in the fact that if I didn't take his life, he would have either taken my life or he would have taken the hostage's life.
The task force have a brief moment to relax and wait until the next job arrives. They don't have to wait long. That afternoon, the men receive a tip-off. An armed gang with a violent criminal history are planning a bank robbery the next morning. Superintendent Wimpy Esbach has already chosen most of his team from experienced officers and has just one place left open for the younger members.
Wie van julle wil gaan? Te veel, julle 3 gaan. Julle 2, die eerste wat vir my die pen bring kan gaan.
Sergeant Sorrel Brits emerges the winner and will be the superintendent's right-hand man. The next morning, the task force slip unnoticed into the bank and are briefed by the superintendent.
We are inside a bank in Johannesburg area. We received information that there might be a robbery taking place here today, and we are in position and ready. They are extremely dangerous and armed with sidearms, AK-47s. We don't know. We don't know how many, we don't know what clothes they're going to wear, so we will have to wait and see what's going to happen now.
Workers arrive to open for business, and the task force, posing as staff, take up their positions throughout the bank.
Okay, Troy, ek het jou visual op die kamera hoor. Op jou regterkant is daar kantoor. Daar die dametjie wat op sit. Sy is ook 'n deel van jou verantwoordelikheid.
Newcomer Sorrel is feeling the pressure.
How do I feel right now? I feel tense, adrenaline's pumping, exciting. The danger aspect, you don't think at it right now, but it is something you have to consider.
The bank is filling up, and still the task force haven't received the gang's descriptions from a plainclothes team outside.
We're not sure whether the guys are in or yet or not.
Did you die?
Jy moet vir my blop by 2 gaan sit.
Okay, toe maar ek is nou daar weer.
Okay, wag, ek het televisie. Polisman en die ouens kom positief. Alle ouens staan by, die manne kom positief in.
At last, the gang's descriptions are received, and Wimpy informs his men.
Polisie uniform, die een ou. Sodra die 2 ouens in die bank is, dan vat ons hulle. The 2 guys are on their way in, one with police uniform and one with a black leather jacket and a cream pants. Sorrel staan by.
Als je in de uniform al kom nou. Al kom hy.
Hy het anders, julle staan by, die ouens is binne in die bank. Hulle is binne in die bank, hy gaan nou die gang trek.
Sorrel has been tasked with the arrest of the main suspect in the leather jacket.
Let's go. Countdown. 3, 2, 1, go.
Polisie, gaan op! Let's go!
Right is right. Put your hands above your head. Put your hands above your head.
Polisie. Policeman. The policeman, sir. Sorry, he's there. No. All right.
Keep your hands there.
With the situation under control, the customers are led away.
Look that way.
Okay, man. You okay? It's all over, okay?
Gang suspects waiting in the getaway vehicle are arrested and brought inside. More firearms are recovered. In all, there have been 7 arrests.
Phil,
Well, 2 guys came into the bank, which we did identify. The one was wearing a blue police uniform, and the reason why we noticed that he's not current in the police force was that he was wearing the old insignias. Timing in this type of situation is very essential. If we are 1 or 2 seconds too late, people might get hurt or killed for that matter. And we've arrested 7 suspects. We've also confiscated a getaway car, which was a stolen vehicle.
As if to underline the importance of timing, a later examination of the bank's video footage reveals one suspect drawing his pistol. The next morning, and Wimpy is in a foul mood.
What happened? You won't believe this. The job we did yesterday in the bank, I received a call this morning. Apparently, some of the suspects were let off the hook due to a lack of evidence.
While Wimpy vents his frustration, on the other side of base, a young task force member was late for this morning's parade. Today, Wimpy is in no mood to forgive and gives the youngster a punishment drill. For the next hour and a half, he will march up and down the tower, carrying a 35-kilogram ammunition box.
Come on, Clive, move it, move it.
The task force don't prosecute any cases, and sometimes the results of their hard work can be very frustrating. Meanwhile, Wimpy's mood has been made even worse.
This is even more unbelievable. I just received a call from the investigating officer. Remember the bank job we did yesterday? The 2 main suspects were given bail. They gave up false addresses to the court, which means that we will probably never see them again. And the whole gang is getting off scot-free. I mean, we at a special task force are here to try and make a difference. And when something like this happens, I mean, we just don't know what to do.
This morning's job is a high-risk arrest. 4 weeks ago, a black police officer was shot dead by a suspect known as Loopy. Police have information that Loopy will be attending the funeral of a close friend who opened fire on police and was shot dead. The task force have been requested to make the arrest. This is an extremely dangerous situation. Over 2,000 people are thought to be attending the township funeral, and detectives estimate a quarter of them may be carrying guns. Despite such overwhelming numbers, the 14 task force members decide to press on. The plan is to arrest Loopy as he's leaving. But by the time they arrive, the funeral is over and people have begun to depart. Undercover officers have been following the procession. The funeral goers have gone on the rampage, violently carjacking several vehicles at gunpoint and shooting at least one man. Now the police surveillance reports that a large amount of drugs and alcohol is being used amongst the mourners. Their emotions are running high. The task force set up a roadblock, but learned that Loopy has once again slipped through their fingers and is now on his way to a party in a nearby township. The task force continue on in an armored vehicle, as townships are areas where even the police fear to tread. An undercover policeman guides the unit into this hazardous area. Loopy is in a group of vehicles arriving at the party.
Get out! Lay down! Lay down! Down!
Don't get the fuck around, easy.
I didn't do nothing!
Hands in your head! Hands in your head!
As the suspect, known as Loopy, is arrested, the crowd becomes enraged.
You can buy those clothes! Fuck off! Put it off, put it off. Fuck off! Fuck off! Look at me now, look at me. You can buy these clothes. Fuck off! You pools, man. Kom maar vergaat. Ja, you pools, man. Hey! You pools, fuck off! You pools, man.
As the situation deteriorates, the task force take their prisoner and leave.
Come here.
Maak toe.
Waar's feesters? Waar's feesters?
Nog geen ry nie. Maak eers bou. Hulle gaan daai talle afbrand. Hier kom met kleppers.
Ja, jy moet hier
Hou 10. Dat is van. Hy kos gaan. Like the old days. Yeah, like the old days.
But the man they've arrested isn't Loopy. The undercover detectives had made a mistake. The real Loopy was arrested a month later. The risks the task force took were all in vain. But in the next few days, the dangers will continue as the task force tackles some of the largest organized gangs in the country. Every half an hour, a vehicle is carjacked at gunpoint in South Africa. The dangers to the public are all too clear, as shown in this police awareness video. Today, the task force are readying themselves for an ambush of two suspected carjackers.
Want die staan gaan vir ons en die oomblik is as die ander man wat daar staan, as hy begin inloop, is dit vir ons die go, want jy gaan in ons vuurlyn wees aan daai kant. So
An undercover policeman is posing as a dealer of black market guns. He set up a meeting at this deserted farm for the suspects to buy ammunition. The two suspects arrive, having already confided to the undercover policeman that they plan to rob vehicles at gunpoint that afternoon.
Politie! Pas toe! Pas toe! Pas toe! Pas toe! Stand!
Violent carjackings in South Africa are the highest in the world and a major problem for the police. The only way to tackle this violent business is to go for the men at the top.
Every year, tens of thousands of cars are being carjacked in South Africa, where most of them end up in illegal garages or chop shops, where they're being stripped for parts, resprayed and resold. We're on our way now to hit some of the biggest chop shops in South Africa.
This is a multi-million-dollar business controlled by organized crime. The illegal garages and chop shops cover an area equivalent to 10 football fields. As a result, the task force have split into 5 helicopter teams, each with their own targets. An airborne approach gives them the element of surprise. As well as carjacking, every year over 90,000 motor vehicles are stolen in South Africa. That's one every 5 minutes. With the local police securing one area, Wimpy and his team move on to their next target. Today's job is aimed at the core of this business, denying the carjackers a way to sell on their stolen vehicles.
Johnson B.
The teams confiscate millions of dollars worth of stolen vehicles and parts. Detectives hope to gather enough evidence to prosecute and bring down some of these carjacking cartels. Back at base, and two other members of the task force have had a lucky escape from armed carjackers who tried to steal their car.
As I started getting into the car next to Nicky, we were surprised by two armed suspects. The one guy put his weapon into my face and told me to get down on the ground. I wore my weapon, it wasn't concealed, so he took hold of my weapon as well. I was laying on the ground, he was pointing both firearms in the, at me, and he was kicking and swearing at me. And all of a sudden I just heard a lot of shots being fired.
I got the opportunity to draw my pistol. I shot at the guy that was standing on top of the superintendent. I shot until he fell down on the ground. The other suspect started shooting and he started running. So I ran towards him and started shooting at him.
After that, Nicky went to look at if he was still alive, and I went back to my suspect, to the suspect that I shot.
And both were dead?
Yeah, both were dead. I would say we were very lucky and...
extremely lucky.
Yeah, extremely lucky, and I think it's with the help of God that we are still alive today, for sure.
Definitely.
Definitely.
In South Africa, a robbery using a firearm is committed every 8 minutes. That's 70,000 per year. Today sees the destruction of a captured arms cache, a tiny fraction of the estimated 1 to 2 million illegal firearms in the country. A vast amount of these weapons are smuggled in from neighboring Mozambique. This is the task force's next target. The Special Task Force have been invited in by the Mozambican government to seek out and blow up hidden arms caches left after 17 years of civil war. Their aim is to stop arms traffickers from taking these weapons and smuggling them into South Africa. Not only did the war cripple the country, but it also decimated the wildlife population by up to 85%. Many of the various arms caches are located in the mountains, far from roads or villages. With the help of local intelligence, arms dumps are pinpointed from the air. Once an area is confirmed, the rest of the team are called in by road. With Mozambique's infrastructure virtually non-existent, simply getting to the target area proves to be a challenge. For the final part of their journey, the team must travel for several kilometers on foot.
Hot out here.
The caches are carefully retrieved and logged. These weapons have been buried underground for 18 years. Though they appear totally inoperable, one rusty assault rifle is taken to one side. All it takes is a bit of oil and cleaning before the weapon is fully operational. Thousands upon thousands of these guns are finding their way into the hands of South African criminals, which is why it's so vital for the task force to destroy them. The last arms cache to be blown up is the largest.
Okay, we've got about 700 kilograms of explosive, commercial explosives, and weapons, all sorts, assault rifles, 200 mortar rounds, a lot of pistols, and ammunition, about 20,000 rounds. It's going to be a big bang.
Steve, kan my die box afgooi?
The men must be at least 4 kilometers from the blast.
Get him.
The last 6 trips into Mozambique have seen the Special Task Force destroying tens of thousands of firearms and landmines, as well as 3.5 million rounds of ammunition. For the last 2 months, these recruits have been undergoing a rigorous and diverse selection to join the Special Task Force. Out of an original 300, just this handful survived. The Special Task Force is the only police unit in the world where all members are free-fall parachute trained.
You need to realize one thing. The urban tactics operations is the primary function of the Special Task Force. At least 70% of our work out there is urban related.
For months, these men will train on all types of hostage situations. Finally, after passing 6 months of rigorous selection, these recruits will join the Special Task Force, one of the finest hostage rescue teams in the world.
Hands on your head! Police!
This morning, the task force are going to need all their hostage rescue skills. An 8-year-old girl called Florencia has been kidnapped and is being held somewhere in Johannesburg. A large Nigerian gang believes that the young girl's mother stole 12 kilograms of their cocaine. The mother has denied this, but 2 days ago, the gang snatched the little girl Florencia, as well as her teenage brother and a 25-year-old woman who was a family friend. The gang are demanding their cocaine in exchange for the hostages and have made serious threats against them. They have no idea that the police are involved and recording their every call. As another day breaks, the kidnappers call again, demanding back their things, the code name for their cocaine.
Please, I beg you. I'll give you everything that you want. I promise you. Because she's young, she's just an innocent child. She doesn't know what is going on. I've got your things, and I assured you that I'll give you your things. Just release her.
Without anything, without you giving me my things, you know that it's very, very impossible.
Please, Gregory, I beg you. Please, just that small child. That innocent baby.
I'm tired of calling, and you calling me. I'm tired of all this.
A small team of plainclothes task force arrives and assesses the situation. Meanwhile, Gregory, the gang's spokesman, calls once again.
You want me to help you? You don't want to help me. Why?
I'm scared.
No, nobody is touching you.
What do you mean by nobody's touching me? Nobody's touching me, but you are touching my heart. Please, release the small child. Just the small one. Because she's just innocent. I can't eat, I can't do anything because I just think of her every day.
The mother needs Gregory to confirm that the hostages are still alive.
Let me speak to them first, all of them, to know that they are there with you. I want to speak to all of them now.
After several hours, the mother is allowed to speak to one of the hostages, the 25-year-old woman. It was later discovered that she had been raped by most of the gang. Gregory takes back the phone and becomes aggressive and hostile.
Getting shot. I don't want you to people just bring those things. Bring those things. Bring those things. There is no other way. You understand? It's better for you to understand not to say yes, yes, just. They don't need them any longer. Not so they are going to cut their finger and throw them at a certain place.
The gang's threats have escalated to mutilation, and the police are trying frantically to trace the kidnappers' calls.
If you don't do it, you don't want the children, when you start cutting the fingers off and killing them one by one.
But still, no one knows where the hostages are being kept. Inspector Warren Morris has been in the unit for 8 years.
Okay, well, at this stage, all communications have come to a complete standstill. We've been given, luckily enough, given the night off. The problem is that's bothering me is the situation that we're dealing with. We're not sure of any physical address. There's no, we know that is the target area. What they do know is it's in the general area around Johannesburg, but I mean Johannesburg is massive, so it makes it very tricky not knowing the exact location of the little girl, and apparently they're moving her around. Something like this doesn't happen very often. Sitting together with my family in the evening, having a nice quiet meal, due to the fact, obviously, because we've been working so hard, and a lot of our work is at night, so one's got to enjoy it and then make the best of it when you can.
It's day 4 of the kidnapping, and the negotiations with the gang have reached a critical stage. A large group of plainclothes special task force have been called in and learn that an exchange of drugs for the hostages has been set up for later that day. The police have put together a bag of fake cocaine for the trade. The team's plan involves hiding all their weapons from view.
We're on our way to a park now, where the exchange is going to be done, the drugs and the kids. We've been notified that both kids, all the kids have been picked up at the different places and they're on their way there. And our job is actually to go and play touch rugby, like kind of undercover there with our shorts.
Hopefully we'll get the kids, no harm will come to them, and then it'll be a bonus if we get the people as well.
We feel positive about this one. It sounds good, the info sounds good, so we can, yeah, I was hoping.
In their undercover role, the men strip to their shorts and wait for the gang to arrive. The plan is to return to the van as soon as the kidnappers arrive, retrieve their guns, and save the hostages. But things don't go as intended. As one of the gang's vehicles arrive, the cameraman stops filming. Soon, several other cars appear, and within minutes, the 6 task force members are completely surrounded by suspects. Warren and his team are forced to retreat.
We noticed that the suspects totally surrounded us. They were very alert, very wake up. And for safety purposes, for all of us, we decided rather to get in the car and leave and decide another plan. We'll have to do something else.
Things have gone from bad to worse. During the failed exchange at the park, the gang kidnapped an undercover policeman. It's feared that under torture he may reveal the police's involvement. The kidnappers have not called in the last 7 hours, and there is a growing concern that they may panic and execute the hostages.
Just been called to the office. I'm not exactly sure why. I've got a good suspicion it has got to do with that Nigerian child kidnapping, but we'll have to see. So we get there in time.
At Police HQ, there's been an amazing development. The kidnapped policeman has managed to escape with vital information.
Well, there was a small guy, the one who hit me here. He said, okay, we're going to kill you now. You must tell us. You are a cop. You are a cop. You must tell us. You are a cop. I said, no, guys, I don't know anything. I'm just a teacher.
Captain Swara?
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay.
Can you tell us if you've seen any of the hostages?
Well, there was one. No, I didn't see one.
Can you remember maybe the little girl? Right here, she must have been.
No. What I've observed is that is a lot of group of people, and all of them are having fire.
Can you identify the hostages?
Yeah, no, I can identify them.
Are they in Club Africa?
Yeah, they were in Club Africa.
Now?
Yeah, they were in Club Africa now.
Finally, with a confirmed address to hit, the Special Task Force moves into action. With suspects confirmed on the ground floor, another group is tasked to move upstairs to continue the search for the 3 hostages. One by one, the apartments are raided. Shouting is a deliberate tactic used to dominate the people in the rooms. Lastly, the men assault the top floor. Suddenly, a little girl is found, and the operation comes to a halt.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's me.
Okay, yeah, okay, all right.
It's
fine.
Whose child is this? It's ours. It's my sister's.
Ominously, none of the hostages are in the building. But downstairs, officers have had more success. A search of a vehicle reveals a suitcase containing young girls' clothing. They're identified as Florencias. In return for a reduced sentence, one gang member agrees to take the task force to the safe houses where the hostages are being held. After the gang's threats of mutilation, nobody's sure what they will find.
What's the lights? What's her name?
She is the smoking.
Okay, designer. Don't worry. Don't worry, huh? We're the police. We're the good people, huh? Don't worry, huh? Don't worry.
Florencia is found unharmed.
Okay.
Arrested in the house is Gregory, the gang spokesman who threatened to cut off Florencia's fingers. As Florencia is taken to her mother, another task force team, acting on the gang members' information, have successfully rescued the 2 other hostages. Everyone is reunited back at the police station. Finally, after 4 long days, Florencia and her mother are reunited. For the Special Task Force, it has been yet another hostage rescue successfully resolved.
This morning on parade we got some bad news. We've just heard the job that we did with the Nigerian gang that kidnapped that little girl have all walked scot-free due to the fact that there was no evidence laid in court. No one turned up to give evidence, not the little girl's parents or family, not even the raped woman. And the case was thus thrown out of court, and the Nigerian gang are back on the streets. We would have obviously liked to have had them behind bars, where all criminals should be. But there's one good thing, I suppose, is that at least we saved the day on the time of the job. We got that little girl out of that hostage situation. But on the other hand, I mean, that whole gang that we took a lot of time and effort into arresting and took a lot of risks are back wandering around on the streets, and who knows what they're going to do now. But we'll try and forget about that and carry on. Wait for the next situation and see what happens with that.
With the unit averaging 750 major jobs a year, it's only a matter of hours before the Special Task Force are called into action once more.